Alright, I'm back. So it's the next day. I'm not exactly 100% sure where I left off talking last time, but I think we basically established 3 of the 4 to some capacity or extent work. Here's the motherboard that just was dead. We can do some separate work on that, but the one DS that we thought had a charging problem, this red one, I plugged it in, and well, it's charged up now because it was charging while I was gone. Yep, it starts to charge, and before it wasn't charging at all, which was odd because now it charges, and the battery's been charging all day. At some point it must have stopped charging though, because it wasn't on. But, I mean, the system works, so that's nice. It's kind of loud. The speaker on this one's a little bit warm, from what I can tell. But the cool thing about these is that there's, oh god, the nice little sleep switch. So I think this one is the one I've been using. It's really nice. It's just full blue. Yeah, don't mind the stickers. I really do enjoy the 2DS so far. I really do. I just really wish they weren't this warm. This one is factory reset. I did a system format and then I set it up myself. So yeah, that's how this one's doing. The only thing I do have to say about the 2DS though, or at least these ones, is that you really can't do much without an SD card. And if I'm not wrong, I think they shipped with a 4 gig SD card, which is probably way more than enough. The original 3DS only shipped with 2, I think. And this is the black one. You know, I really wish they made a matte black, because this thing's just so cool. This one's still in the factory reset menu, because it does have the game port issues, so I don't really have much of a use for it at the moment. It can still do download play though, which is nice. This one I believe does actually read the games. It's just kind of sticky. Shut up. Yeah, like, so here's Mario Kart 7. We'll just take that out of sleep mode. And then, oh boy. Oh. No, it goes in. Yeah, so it's a little bit temperamental. I think it's just a matter of this being sticky. I never did put the back plate on in case I had to, you know, like, take it apart and work on it. But yeah, it does seem to, well, it seems to read the game, even though I'm pretty sure that was the system I said I was never going to put it back in. Oh yeah. This one's somewhat sticky too. So, I mean, maybe it's just a matter of cleaning it out and seeing if it works. I don't know if you want to call them modded, but modded systems, as I changed the color of them. This one's fully blue, this one's fully black. And I wasn't able to actually find any pictures of full black and full blue systems. If I do, I'll put them up right here. But I guess I'm the first person to do this documentedly. I mean, I'm sure other people have probably done this before me. I have the broken, supposedly, motherboard in this DS. It is the one from this one originally that wouldn't respond to anything. Plugged it into here. Got the battery from the red one. I already did it, but now I won't do it anymore. Here, I'm gonna grab the back plate and put it on and move all the screws. Alright, I'm back again, and the shell is assembled and the battery's in. We had it going for a second there, and now it just doesn't want to go. One thing I did notice is that the motherboard, since this is like oof, this is a 2017 console, and this is a 2017 motherboard, so I don't know, but it's not fitting in properly, which is worrying. So I'm trying to find out why. So what I've decided to do is it charges. This one actually does charge, this motherboard. I don't know why the motherboards just don't like their original hardware, but once I change it, it works. So, I mean, I guess I could demonstrate it for you. Well, the battery's not in here, so it won't do it. But once I was holding the battery right here, and then right over here is where the orange light would go on. That signifies it's charging. So it was actually charging. But I thought it would just charge a lot faster if it was on this DS, as it immediately goes to blue. When on this one, it's in there and it just nothing happens. So maybe if I give it a go in this one, kill it, bring over to the other one, maybe it'll work. Yeah, I still don't get it. It won't go in because the speaker won't go in. Speaker's in now, and it still won't close. I'm not even gonna bother with the ribbon cable. I just want it to snap on the bottom. Alright, there's one snap. I don't care, I'll just hold it together. I guess now is a better time than ever to show you that it does in fact charge when plugged in to wall power and a battery is inserted. Check that out. Okay, so it doesn't charge and it just doesn't work with the battery that is inserted. Okay. Alright. I'm picking up what you're laying down now, battery. I mean, I could take out the battery from this one, as this one is not set up yet, so it's not going to make a difference. Alright, I have unscrewed it successfully. And here's the battery. Alright, check this out. Bring it over to this console. Alright, and you have to make sure the back plate is on. Alright, so the one with the blue on it is that one. Yeah, signifying it by calling it that one. Alright, it charged for a second. Oh, it works when I hold it in, okay. That's funny, I'm holding it in. Now check that out. Yeah, charge light. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's gone now. Oh, it's back. It likes to fluctuate a lot. That's nice to... I moved the battery ever so slightly. When you hold the battery in a lot, it charges. I think what I'm gonna do is a stealth mission. I'm gonna hold the battery in this hand, and with the camera hand, I'm gonna press the power button. But I'm gonna wait. Yep, okay, it's orange. Doesn't want to turn on. I'm gonna fully assemble the back plate with like 4 screws, okay? And then I'll put the battery in, like actually, and wait for it to charge. Alright, I've got the most hacked up setup here. We got the black face plate on the back. Battery's in there. And it's not charging again. So, yeah, that's good. I don't even know. It won't charge, it won't turn on. I'm gonna go away and just come back to this later. After a while of fiddling with it and, you know, like kind of destroying my hand for it to work, there seems to be a joystick issue because I'm not hitting anything right now. It's just kind of doing that. Kind of hurts my hand like this, so I'll try my best. Yep, they went flat. So you have to hold it in. You have to like really press down on it for it to work for some reason. I mean, this is probably a really bad idea. Don't do what I'm doing. This isn't gonna work. That'll hold it. I guess that can be used as like some extra storage if you need to have 2 SD cards for your system. Just shove it wherever the battery is and just see what happens. There, you know what, that's probably good enough. Okay, screwed it in, it's not gonna turn on. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I screwed it in, so I mean it's still a little bit, you know, like out of place, but I think if I put the SD card like right around there, the battery won't explode per se, and I'll be able to screw it shut, possibly. There it goes. It did not go in. So this one's being a doo-doo idiot moron, so it won't do it. Yeah, Okay, I doubt it's gonna turn on for the rest of the day now, because it doesn't work after you do it the first time. Here, I have an idea. Since this won't go on all the way, it'll probably come off, yep. I'm just gonna do the classic method of squeezing it very tight and powering it on. Okay, so if I can get the battery and just, if I can just like, bruh. Okay, give me a second. Whatever I'm doing is not working. You know what? I'm gonna hook it up to the tripod so I can actually use both hands. So here it is. Here's the system. I don't know if I'm zoomed out. Yep, I was zoomed out. So, I guess you weren't actually able to see what I did manage to do to get it working, because the camera is very close. So, what you have to do is plug it in. If I can, yep, plug it in. The light turns orange, right? I don't know if you can see that because of the contrast. It goes blank. And then on the back, I have to push down with this hand on the battery really firmly. And then eventually the light goes on. And then you can get it to turn on. And then sometimes it manages to go to the boot screen, sometimes it does not. Maybe I don't even need the charger in, and I can just... Yep, I don't even need the charger, okay. This is kind of painful. Okay, no, do not, before you spaz out, you know what, it is the case. We swapped the motherboard, so maybe it's just spazzing out because of the maybe it's not even the joystick. Could be because of the D-pad. I really don't feel like taking out the motherboard, like at all, like 0%. Maybe that was the problem. It didn't boot up because of the battery. Alright, I don't know how this will affect performance, but I bent down the pins right here using my thumb, and it does appear like they're spring-loaded for some reason, so they will pop back up eventually. But if I get the battery, it'll be a very snug fit, if that makes any sense. It'll basically, there will be more tension between the battery and the case. I mean, and there we go. That was it. That was all it took, and now we're good as gold. I am holding it into place as the back plate isn't on, but I'm not pressing firm. It's still on right now, but I don't want it to fall out of place because I did not screw it. I'll put it like this. Perfect. Check that out. Okay, circle pad malfunctioning. Okay, nothing's working. Touchscreen? Yes, touchscreen does in fact work. Kind of. Does the volume slider work? I'm really not getting much of a response from this thing. Oh, it's all the way up, okay. Wow, okay, this thing's pretty stale. Okay, I can put it from back and forth between sleep mode. Touchscreen, it's dead. It's completely dead. Everything is dead. It won't accept button presses of any sort. Let's take it apart. But if we can just get it to turn on 100% of the time, there we go. If we could just get it to do this, you know, like every single time it turns on, we'll be fine. We'll be set. Okay, didn't feel like dealing with turning that off. Okay, so this system as it is right now, it's more of 4 parts, or just to see if we can get it working. The camera's already shot, as you can see. It literally has a bullet hole in it. And the blue one, that is fully functional now. We swapped the motherboard over, that one to this one to that one. So technically, the working motherboard came from this one. It was just having difficulty detecting input. It wasn't reading anything from anywhere. Now, I believe the joystick, it's not a matter of if it works, it's more of a matter of there's like junk on it, I think. Yeah, there's junk on this one. So this one's gonna be a matter of just having junk on it. I think the other things that are wrong with it just have to do with having either dirty traces or dirty contact pads. Either one of those things. So, try and see if we can get those things sorted out. Looking at it from this angle, it could use probably a cleaning with a Q-tip. It seems as though A, B, X, and Y buttons do have like a little stain on them, but that's to be expected. Those are like the ones you press. D-pad, not so much, so I'm not sure what happened there. This problem could be deeper than that. It could be something like wrong with the chips, the chip that like perceives the button input. It could be anything. Here, if you can see, there's a bunch of little black speckles up here. They're pretty fine, so I doubt it'll appear. Oh, yep, there it goes. In the shadow, you can see it. It's a bunch of black stuff. Now, that might be either A, termites, B, wear off from the pads, or C, dirt, or just grime or something nasty got in here. So we'll have to find out, really what would be the cause of all this madness. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to take the basic approach. This is very basic, and you probably shouldn't even attempt doing this, but I'm going to anyway. So I'm using water, on the contacts, which are probably the worst thing to use near electronics, or the, well, it's making a difference. It's making a difference. The residue is already gone on this one. You really can't see it. You really can't. It doesn't pick up on camera. It's very subtle. Really only visible to the human eye from this distance. But it is going away, at least. See, just a simple little scrub made that go away. Start and select, we'll try that. It's very close to those transistors. Well, those are clean. These really don't have anything on them, but I'll still do it anyway. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think this one, this little ribbon cable right here, is for the home button, judging from its placement, so I'm not gonna plug it in unless it requires me to for startup, because it's really kind of annoying for me to plug in. I'm bad at plugging in cables. I had a little bit of a bra moment, if you will. The ribbon cables port, I don't know what it's called. The place where you plug in the ribbon cable, one of the pins was like kind of shoved back farther than it should have been. Kind of spooked me out for a second. You already know, the most unprofessional repairing of electronics is happening right now. We're all set from the other cables. Now it's time for the circle pad cable. This one is probably hard because of the location. I just broke the cable. I'll press it in hard just to make sure it's not having the original problem from earlier. No, it needs the ribbon cable to boot up. Oh, dang. There it goes. Okay. That's in place. A lot of other things are in place. Check this out. Oh, it goes. It goes. There it goes. Okay, so here it goes. The battery's in, everything else is in. I've cleaned it, and it's not turning on. Here it goes again. I'm holding in the battery this time. It makes a pop sound, and then it turns off. I really don't know what could be causing this. Is it because of the water that I used to clean it? Like that little tiny amount of water? Okay. I've been trying to do this for quite some time. And it keeps on popping when it turns on. And I don't know what that means. Alright, so I successfully got this board out, and I just don't quite know how to deal with the rest of this board. So what I think I'm gonna do is take out the part of the joystick that the red one is missing, which is the little plastic or rubberish part that this one has. So that way I'll have two 100% functional ones, and then one like, I don't know, 75%. This screw does not want to come out. There we go. So we have the joystick itself, which isn't all that bad. Except for the part where it's missing. It's corroded a little bit, so I think that's why it's not working like 1000% like it should. And then we have the joystick unit itself, which how do you take it off? This is confusing. I'm just gonna pry it and see if that works. Up you go. It does not want to go. I'm probably doing this like 5,000% wrong. Yeah, I just broke it. It was all in the name of glory. I got it off, but I need the I don't need the plastic part. I want the rubber part. How am I supposed to take this part off? I have all the buttons out of this unit, and oh wow. Wow. Nah, food definitely got in here. It's food. We are no longer using this unit for cosmetics. We're using it for parts. That's right. Alright, I have a fine tip, flathead right here. Ow, and I'm just gonna try to pry it off. Technically, I could just snap the other one off and then snap this one on by breaking it and then gluing it once it's on. But yet again, would that be worth it? Does this mean I have to open up my third DS? Yes, I'm gonna have to open up the third DS. Alright. After immensely thinking, I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna take out this screen, because I haven't gotten to do that. Yo, check this out. It's a screen. So behold, the worst visually DS that I've gotten today. Wow. And yes, it does work. I think we've established this already, but just so I can get it across, it does turn on in this state. I don't even know how. And the touch screen does work. The only bad part about it is the speaker. This speaker is pretty bad. So if we take out the battery again, kill it. Got this back plate to a random 2DS. So I think what I'm going to do is probably clean up a little bit and then we can continue the process of getting the new circle pad. Oh boy, here we go again. The third disassembly of a DS console. Yeah, this is going to be the third time we've had to take apart and stash the screws away for one of these bad boys. Gonna be quite the average experience. It's missing screws. Why is it missing screws? I took this apart already, didn't I? I hope I did. I think this is the only one I haven't taken apart yet. There's a hair stuck in here. That probably means I took it apart. Because I'm on a carpet, and I have a dog. What I've learned from doing the past DS's is you gotta take out the screws before you wanna take off the back plate. You gotta take the screws completely out, or else you'll lose them like all the other screws I've lost. Okay. Wowza. That's a lot of dust. We're not here for any of this at all. Like, it works 100% already beforehand. But, besides this, stick. I mean, it does work. We want it to work better. In the name of, saving this DS, we're gonna have to snap another joystick. It's gonna have to go into the dead joystick haven. Okay, I made sure to take off that one very, very carefully, because if you don't, it'll break. Yeah, it does seem like the other one was corroded, as this one has all of the traces on the pen. The other one, however, did not. Okay, so it's got all that. Right here, this is the sign of a non-dead joystick. I got out the old one. Now I have to get this thing out successfully. Oh my god, was there a way to take this out without break? I didn't have to break the other one. Well, it would have been beneficial had I not broken it. Alright, I'm back, and I hot glued it, and I did a really bad job. It doesn't matter though, solely because I bend tested it, and it's never gonna bend much more than like a little bit. So I think it goes on. I'm just gonna put this in first, just like that. Perfect. And then we put in this little thingamabob. Alright, I've done it. It is in. So that's nice. And then we really don't need to do much more than that. We just have to position it correctly, and then bing bang bong. Wow, this is the worst joystick I've ever used. Okay, so I gave up with the hot glue because it was hindering the joystick's ability to move. Yep, it's pretty much the same. So now, we begin the long journey of putting all of this junk back together. Alright, so everything but the analog stick is plugged in at this point, so I'm just gonna take a second to plug it back in, and if I can't get it plugged in like the other one, I'm just gonna have to take it out. Alright, I was extra sure this time around to make sure that approximately 0% of the ribbon cable was remotely even near the screw hole when screwing it back in. Alright, let's shove a good old battery in here and see how things turn out. I'll use the blue battery as the other one I'm using for the other things. Yep, it still works. I'll check the camera to make sure it does in fact work. Wow. I took a picture of the ground. Yeah, it's temperamental. I'm gonna try it out with Mario Kart. Do a round of it. This software is restricted by parental controls. Okay. Okay. So this one has parental controls on it. Okay, so it's not 0000. I have to answer the secret question? You can just go to the, I'm not sure if I can tell you that. I'm just gonna say I forgot the pin. I don't know. A hospital? You have entered an incorrect... I forgot where I was born. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna reset it. Format system memory. Let's do... Oh! You can't format it without the pin. Looks like we're going to do the alternate route sooner than I thought. I forgot where I was born. Connecting to the internet. I don't think I set this thing up on the internet. No access point range. Yep. Inquiry number. Yep, this is exactly what we need. Alright, ready? Check this out. Please enter the master key. Okay. 9-1. Beep, beep, beep. Beautiful. We've done it. Next. Do we even have to pull in? Yeah, sure. Okay. Secret question. Well, I successfully got rid of the pin on the system, which is nice. Let's just add my Spectrum Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, waiting for the internet to successfully finish the test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've got Wi-Fi now. And we're back at the home menu. Wait until Wi-Fi goes. I tried Mario Kart 7, and it turns out both the bumpers work, and it's just doing some black magic in the menus that just makes it kind of weird. The cameras, they both work, thankfully. So yeah, I'm gonna screw it back together, and then we'll do an overall, just an overview of what we've been able to accomplish over these 2 episodes. So yeah, these are the 3 systems we've managed to get working in the past 2 episodes. And the other motherboard does in fact turn on. We just can't get it to function. But we do have all the parts necessary to get it to be complete, at least. And I've saved the best for last. So, here is my personal 2DS that I have revived to the best of its ability. So, if you haven't already noticed, I have a My Nintendo theme on it. I paired it with my second My Nintendo account, because I had nowhere to go. So I got the Mario theme that I have on my main DS to go in here, and then I got Flipnote Studio 3D on here. Another way, I guess you could say, I decked this out, and the only way it has this theme, this DS is gonna yell at me for doing this. Back to normal. But yeah, the only other way I've decked this one out is by adding this 4 gig card I found in my basement. You can actually only get themes with the SD card. So if you go to change the theme, you need to have an SD card. And to have games on here, you need to have the SD card. So that's where Flipnote would have went. As soon as I pop in this SD card right here, there we go. Pop it in, SD card has been removed, yeah right. Flipnote's back. And then I can just load my layout I had. So yeah, I really like this particular DS. Playing Mario Kart on this thing is great because it has the large bumpers. The electric blue entire exterior looks really nice. So yeah, those are all 3 of the DSs we have successfully managed to repair. And yeah.